Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Rick's Blanket Part 2. This is... I just knocked something on the floor. I seem to do that a lot, especially at the beginnings of episodes. Anyways, let me show you. This... No, I need to go this way. Okay, it's longer than that. There we go. Yes! Now you can see all of it. This is 2 balls of it. I have at least 3 more. I'm probably gonna buy a couple more. There it is in halved. That works. So, oh, I've got both the cats on my bed today. I've got Pearl Girl right here, and Stitcher's right here. Oh, I'm taking the belt with me. You're sitting on my belt, you silly kitty. It's not wrapped on you, is it? Okay, good. There we go. Is that better? He doesn't even care. So you guys may be able to see that I am really red right here. I got my lip waxed for the first time professionally 3 days ago. And let's just say I'm never having it done professionally again because I have never done that to myself. Like I might put in pictures to show you guys how bad it got. Like my lip here was like 3 or 4 times the normal size. It was so bad. You know, let me see if I have them here. It was not okay. So there it is. Like 4 hours after I had the wax done. Okay. Look how thin my lip is. Look how fat that is. No. But you can see the next day, it looks even worse. Look how red I am. The entire left side of my lip was completely like chemically burned or something. I don't know. There's the next day. Still have a bit of a fat lip. You can still really see the redness. Like it felt like scales. That's what, yesterday? Day before yesterday. That's the day before yesterday. It looks like I've got scales on my lip. Oh my god. And then it finally started to look a bit better. And now I'm here. Most of that dried skin has peeled off, but like that hurts. Stretching it like that really hurts. And I left them a review. They waxed my arms, and they did a great job. So I even put on there. I was like, I wish I could leave 2 reviews because one would be great and one would be but I mean, I attached that picture that I took 4 hours, 5 hours. It was done 3:30 to 4:10, and I took the picture at like 9:30. So almost 5 hours later. And my lip was just so fat, and it hurt so much, and I had work the next day. So I went in like that, and it just, oh my god, nobody asked me about it. But I mean, you can tell when someone's looking in your eyes versus when they're looking at your lips. So I could tell so many people were staring at it, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a thing now. But I get 10% off on my next visit, which it was $10 to have this done, and it's $40 to get my arms waxed. 10% of 40 is 4. So I'm not even getting half of my money back for that did. But I'm going to keep going for my arms because they are the best place I've ever had to go for my arms. But no, never having a professional do it again. And I mean, I don't even know if it was chemical burn, but like when I wax my lip, now I might show you guys so you can see that I don't do that to myself. You pull it tight, rip it off. They just ripped it off. I don't know if you guys know, but like wax tends to stick. So my lip kind of went, and then it whipped back into place, and it happened on the same side on here. And it really hurt. Okay, so now, you know, nobody has to ask me why my lip is like, looks painful. And I'm gonna go crochet. Alright, so we left off on 29 the last video, so 30. If your job isn't your passion, what is? So, I mean, obviously, at this point, I think everybody knows cross-stitching is like my greatest passion. But, I mean, I work in an art supply store. I work in a Michael's.
I think that's like the closest you can get at this point, or you know, for me, because I mean, I have my YouTube channel and I do make some money off of it, but not enough for a living. So it's very, very close. You know, I get to help other people with their art projects. I get ideas for my own. It's awesome. I love it. 31. How do you really feel about your boss? Hi, Tess. My boss is the store manager of our store. That sounds really stupid. My boss is the store manager of the store. Not really. Of all of the bosses I've had, he has got to be my favorite, and I sincerely mean that. I really, like, Justin is my favorite. I have had a boss since I was a bagger in middle school, when I was 13 years old. And then I worked, what other jobs I've been a babysitter, but, like, are the parents really your boss? Like, you're the boss in that situation. Because the parents are out, and you're the not an adult, but you're the person who's babysitting. You're the boss. But I've worked in a library where I was like basically the librarian's assistant, so the librarian was my boss. I've worked in contracting where several different people were my boss. Telephone operator. I can't even think of everything right now, but like I've had several jobs. And at this job in particular, I've had 3 separate store managers. And the current one is my favorite boss ever. Like, we get along really well. We have a lot in common, if I can talk, maybe. His ringtone is the bell or gong, whatever, for The Undertaker. So the first time I heard it, I was just like, Undertaker! And then I was looking at him, and he laughed so hard. And I was just like, oh my god, Undertaker's my favorite. And and he's been in our store for 6 months now, more. And I love it. Every time he gets a message, I get so excited, because I'm like, Undertaker! But, he's so funny, and he's a really easy person to get along with. You know, there are some people that just have that personality where, you know, they get along with anybody. And that's him. I don't think it's me. I think it's him. He's really nice. But what I think is really important, because the store manager we had before him was also super nice and got along with everybody. The difference is this store manager knows how to lay down the law. He knows when to put his foot down and be like, hey, you're not doing your job. You need to figure it out. You know, get this together. Go do this. He can do that. Our previous store manager, who was super nice, I loved him, but he wasn't good at that. He could not tell people, like, hey, chill out, figure it out. You know, he wasn't good at the discipline part. He wasn't good at being the boss. So, you know, taking into account everything, or the current store manager, Justin, he is my favorite by far. So I know when it says, how do you really feel about your boss, I'm supposed to like say horrible things, but no, I genuinely, he is my favorite boss right now. And I don't even know what I would change about him, because he's so easy to get along with. He's so nice, but like I said, he can lay down the law when necessary, and he can be mean. But even when he is being mean, you know, he tries to be as, not necessarily nice as possible, but, you know, as easygoing as possible. I don't know if it's just because I'm me or what. I don't know what it is, but I've had a lot of managers tell me, you know, hey, I need to talk to this person later. Can you also sit in there with me? So I've been in there with several different managers, you know, when they're telling people like, hey, you missed this day, you're getting a write-up. And the way he does it, I mean, he's made people cry, but I mean, that's just because, you know, getting told, hey, you're in a crap ton of trouble, you know, a lot of people are going to cry. And so, you know, it's not the way he says it. He's really good. And he tells them, you know, like, hey, you were, you know, an hour late this day and you didn't call ahead. So I need to write you up because, you know, we can't have behavior like this. We need you to get here on time. because, you know, we get understaffed. And, you know, and he explains, like, you know, this is what happens when you do this. So it hurts all of us. It doesn't just hurt you or me, you know, it hurts the whole store. And I mean, I haven't been written up, so I don't know how I would feel in the situation. But as an outsider for it, I think the way he does it works really well. So I just, yeah. And then before him, well, ooh, Angela was my boss before him, and I love Angela too. But, well, I don't know. Ooh, that's tough. I love Angela. We're friends now, so it doesn't matter. I'm not allowed to say her. I can't say she's my favorite boss because we're friends. It's not fair. Okay. 32. Are you a risk taker or someone who's more risk averse? I think it depends. Like, I do, what is it? When you weigh the risks, there is a specific term for it. Risk something. Oh, I don't know what it is. Like, if I have, like, a 50-50 chance, I'm not really likely to do it, versus if I have, like, a 75% chance of success, oh, yeah, you know, I'll go through with it. I'll try. But if there's a high chance I'm going to fail, I would rather, you know, take a step back, learn some more about the situation, or, you know, what I need to do, whatever, and then try later when I feel like I have a higher chance at succeeding. Unless risk taker just means like, oh, hey, you want to go bungee jumping? Because some people die doing that. And I'm never going to bungee jump. I'm not scared of heights. I've read too many stories about people actually dying while bungee jumping. You know, the cord snapping and just death. And I don't want that. But, I mean, I love trying new things. I love learning. I love learning anything and everything that I can. I love it so much. I'm not the best learner in the world. You know, I'm not the fastest, but I love it. I love it. 33. Do you prefer group dinners or one-on-ones with friends? I much prefer one-on-ones. I feel it's a lot more personal. You know, you can talk to, you know, the only other person that's with you. You both are having just the one conversation. Versus if you're with a group of 10 people, you're probably only really gonna talk to one or two people. And, you know, sometimes I try to be that person who, you know, if 8 of the people are listening to this one guy, and this girl over here is, you know, was in the middle of her story when he interrupted, and she keeps going, I will try and continue listening to her. Like, you know, no matter how interesting his story may be, she was talking first, and I know what it's like to be that person who gets interrupted and, you know, has to start waiting for their turn, and, oh, it didn't come back to me, and nobody cares about the story anymore because they don't remember. So, you know, I prefer one-on-one, because it's, you don't have to like try and decide, oh, who am I going to talk to, who am I going to listen to, you know. I feel like you get to know someone better when it's one-on-one. Well, I mean, it's tough. I am happy in both scenarios. You know, I love hanging out with friends, but I do have a preference for one-on-one, because I feel like I get more out of it, and I feel like my friend gets more out of it. So, because, you know, like, if I specifically make plans with one friend, and then, you know, we have a bunch of other people show up, and I don't get to spend any time with her, I'm going to be really upset. You know, like, I specifically wanted to hang out with her, but now I'm stuck talking with these people. Okay, that makes it sound like I don't like these people. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, you guys. I prefer one-on-one. There we go. 34. Who do you trust more than anyone else? Contessa. I trust Contessa. Seriously, though, like, there was, God, was it Milo? I don't know if you guys remember him. He did pass away, earlier this year, last year. It was a little while ago. He was, like, the fattest friggin' cat I've ever seen. He was so big. But he would scare Tessa a lot. And, I mean, he was like twice her size, all right? And Tessa is, even back then, she was a teenager, with a chipped tooth. She's declawed in the front, and she's old. And there was one time he was coming at me, and I don't think he was going to attack me, but, you know, he had the stance like he might have, and it scared Tessa, but instead of running away, she jumped in front of me, and she hissed and growled at him until he ran the other way. That cat came to defend me against something that was twice her size. And obviously, I was like 10 times his size. So, you know, I trust her. 35. Which of your family members do you admire most, and why? My mom. Like, she's so kind. She's so empathetic. And she has so much patience. And she's a great mom. 36. Did you feel closer to your mom or dad growing up? My mom, obviously. I keep saying my mom. 37. Are you more into your zodiac sign or your MBTI? I have no idea what an MBTI is. I know I'm a Sagittarius, and that means I'm like creative and like artistic or whatever. Some places say I'm a leader. Some say it's, you know, I can be both a leader and a follower. I mean, to be honest, I love astrology. Like, I love hearing it. It's awesome. But it's bullshit, all right? That's what it is. The stars are not going to tell you what kind of person you are. And if you don't believe it, go pull out a newspaper or whatever that lists, all 12 of them or 13, whatever it is, and read them and see how many can apply to you. They are very, very general. They are not so specific. And when they're specific, they usually don't apply to most people. So that's why they don't work. Myers-Briggs. Oh, I've heard of this. What am I? Oh, is this the one that I just recently took? This might have been the one I recently took at work. I could be wrong though, because I don't think it was called the Myers-Briggs test. It was D for direct. I for, it's not introspective. Oh my God. I was an I though. What is it? Sensing, thinking, feeling, intuition. Oh no! I did take this test my last year of college, but that means it was in 2015, so it's been 2 years now. Let me go see if I can find a small quick one, and I can tell you guys what I am, and we can see. Okay, so I'm looking at it, and the one that I've found is rating from agree to disagree, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things I can select. So we're gonna see how I answer these. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to people? Not really. A lot of times when there are not necessarily mixers, but stuff like that where you're around a lot of people that you haven't met yet. A lot of times I'm the one who starts conversations, so I have no problem introducing myself. It doesn't bother me. I've had to do it a lot. I'm a military brat. I was constantly moving, so I had to learn. I had to be the one to go out there to meet people because they weren't going to come meet me. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I kind of disagree with that because usually I'm paying attention. I don't like getting lost like that. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. People don't really email anymore, but when they did, oh yeah, I would respond very quickly, and I don't like a very messy inbox, so. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when there is some pressure. I kind of agree with that one. Kind of. Only in certain situations. Yeah. You do not usually initiate conversations. Oh, I completely disagree with that. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. No. That is not true. If I'm curious about something, I will go and learn about it. You feel superior to other people. I disagree. I mean, I don't feel inferior, but I don't feel superior. So maybe I'll actually select the middle one for that, because I don't go around thinking, oh, I'm better than this person, or oh, that person's so much better than me. I I don't think in terms that way. I don't think that's a very positive way to think, because I mean, either you're going to be a narcissist who thinks you're better than everybody else, or you're going to think that you're just so unimportant that you're just constantly diminishing yourself and putting yourself down, and no one deserves that. So, no, we're all in this together. I'm making circles, so I almost start singing. It's the circle of life. Ooh. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. I kind of disagree. I think being organized is very important, but if you can't adapt to situations, it doesn't matter how organized you are. You're going to get screwed over. So, you are usually highly motivated and energetic. Yes, I am. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Okay, so I care more about people not getting upset. Yes. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Yeah. I would rather lose in quotes, a debate than have somebody walking away crying and me feeling triumphant. I'm going to feel bad. I sounded like I said triumphant. Blah, 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 blah. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. Certain people yes, certain people no. So I guess I'm going to go the middle ground on that one. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. Right now, my home is a bit messy, and my work is very tidy. So, but usually I'm tidy, so I'm going to go with yes on that one. You do not mind being at the center of attention. For the most part, it usually doesn't bother me. You consider yourself more practical than creative. I disagree. People can rarely upset you. I kind of agree with that. Yeah, it usually takes a lot to actually upset me. Like, I'll get annoyed or irritated with people, but overall, no, it doesn't bother me that much. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. Agree. Completely agree on that one. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. I completely disagree on that one. Your mood can change very quickly. Not really. Usually, like, if I'm in a good mood, even when people try and mess it up, I'll still pretty much be in a good mood. Although if I'm in a bad mood, I usually get out of that pretty quickly. So, maybe, I don't know. I'm usually in a good mood, so I'm going to say for the most part, no. It takes a lot to change the way I'm feeling. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. I kind of agree with that. Honesty is the best policy, Like, yeah, they're going to be upset about it in the moment, but they're going to go home and they're going to think about it, and, they're going to feel better because you told them the truth, So you rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. Disagree. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to a methodical and organized approach. Disagree. You are often envious of others. I'm going to go with the middle on that one. An interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. Yes, I know, I'm horrible, it's true. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. No, being able to adapt when shit changes is more important, so I'm going to disagree on that one. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, today we had 12 teachers come into the store planning to buy like thousands of dollars of stuff. But they could only scan their card twice. And we have a limit of 200 items in a transaction. So we had like 10 or more carts just filled with crap that we had to put away. So we had to adapt. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I disagree. Kind of. I kind of disagree. You often find yourself lost in thought when you are walking in nature. I kind of agree. Yeah. If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. Only if we've been responding back and forth already. If it takes them a couple days, and they usually take a couple days, I don't get worried at all. So, I think overall I disagree. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart. I completely agree on that one. I would rather have a stupid, nice kid than a mean, smart one. Like, I would much prefer it that way. You do not let other people influence your actions. For the most part, I do agree with that. I will stick to my morals and how I ethically feel about a situation more than I will, oh, hey, you want me to do this? Yeah, no, I'm still going to do what I think is right. Your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. I 100% disagree with that one. Okay, we're 50% through, you guys. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities at your new workplace. I don't know. I guess I disagree. Does not take you much time. Well, we don't really have any social events at my newest workplace, so I don't know. I'm gonna go middle ground with that one. I don't know. You are more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. No, I tend to be a careful planner more than that. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I disagree. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress-up or role-play activities. I've never been to one, but I guarantee you I would enjoy it. Like, I've been to conventions, and I freaking love it. So I'm going to go with yes on that one. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. Unrealistic and impractical. Not really. Most of the ideas I come up with are practical, and I can do them. So you would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. Disagree. I'd rather have a plan because then we can get it right the first time and you don't have to redo it. You are a relatively reserved and quiet person. Disagree completely, 100%. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. I would find it difficult, yes, but I would do it. Like, you got to have somebody who's able to do the work. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. Kind of, but not that often, so I'm going to go middle ground with that. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. Yes, I do agree with that. Sorry. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. I'm going to disagree. I like having a to-do list. I mean, I can add on to it if necessary, so whatever. If your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. I agree. Like, I will try, but for the most part, most people want to deal with stuff on their own. So, they just want me there to make them feel better and make them happy. Help them out in some way. You rarely feel insecure. You know what? I completely agree with that one. 100%. I go into work with my hair up in a terrible hair clip, and I don't wear makeup. So, no. Yeah. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. For the most part, I agree with that, yeah. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Completely disagree. Completely disagree. No. You think that everyone's views should be respected, regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. I kind of agree. Like, I don't respect people who are, like, religiously or morally or whatever against vaccinations. Like, no, okay? That kid who has no immune system, Yeah, I understand why they're not getting a shot, but your healthy kid needs to freaking get one to protect that child that isn't able to get one. Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to put disagree on this one now because I am so adamant that ooh, immunizations are so important. Immunizations. Why do I feel like I'm dropping a vowel? Immunization. I don't know. So no, I'm gonna disagree with that. I have to disagree. I'm so sorry. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Compared to what? A small group of people? Maybe? I don't know. I'm doing middle. You frequently misplace your things. Disagree. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. I completely agree. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Not really. You would not call yourself a dreamer. Disagree. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. I kind of agree, yeah. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Yes. You worry too much about what other people think. Disagree. If the room is full, you stay close to the walls, avoiding the center. Disagree. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there is not enough time to do everything. Completely disagree on that one. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. Not really. No. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. Completely agree. You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things, e.g. in books, art, or movies. Yes, I think. You often take initiative in social situations. Yeah, I agree. Okay, results. Let's see what I got, you guys. I am protagonist, ENFJA. So, mind. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. I am 76% extroverted. Energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. I am 55% intuitive and only 45% observant. So I slightly rely more on my previous actions than on just what I'm seeing. I don't know. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. I'm 74% feeling and 26% thinking. Really? And I was even saying, like, you should rely more on your brain than on your heart, but okay. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. I am 77% judging, and I'm 23% prospecting. I don't like either of those words. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I am 77% assertive and 23% turbulent. So, protagonists you may know: Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, John Cusack, Ben Affleck, Sean Connery, Jennifer Lawrence, Demi Lovato, Lucy Liu, Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, Morpheus from The Matrix, the Oracle from Matrix, Skylar White from Breaking Bad. Dude, everybody hates her. That makes me feel kind of bad. Protagonists are natural-born leaders, full of passion and charisma. Forming around 2% of the population, they are oftentimes our politicians, our coaches, and our teachers, reaching out and inspiring others to achieve and to do good in the world. With a natural confidence that begets influence, protagonists take a great deal of pride and joy in guiding others to work together to improve themselves and their community. Ooh, I like this. And now I feel like a douchebag who is super full of herself. Firm believers in the people. People are drawn to strong personalities, and protagonists radiate authenticity, concern, and altruism, unafraid to stand up and speak when they feel something needs to be said. They find it natural and easy to communicate with others, especially in person, and their intuitive N trait helps people with the protagonist personality type to reach every mind, be it through facts and logic or raw emotion. Protagonists easily see people's motivations in seemingly disconnected events and are able to bring these ideas together and communicate them as a common goal with an eloquence that is nothing short of mesmerizing. The interest protagonists have in others is genuine, almost to a fault. When they believe in someone, they can become too involved in the other person's problems, place too much trust in them. Luckily, this tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, as protagonists' altruism and authenticity inspire those they care about to become better themselves. But if they aren't careful, they can overextend their optimism, sometimes pushing others further than they're ready or willing to go. Protagonists are vulnerable to another snare as well. They have a tremendous capacity for reflecting on and analyzing their own feelings, but if they get too caught up in another person's plight, they can develop a sort of emotional hypochondria, seeing other people's problems in themselves, trying to fix something in themselves that isn't wrong. If they get to a point where they are held back by limitations someone else is experiencing, it can hinder protagonists' ability to see past the dilemma and be of any help at all. When this happens, it's important for protagonists to pull back and use that self-reflection to distinguish between what they really feel and what is a separate issue that needs to be looked at from another perspective. The struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe in to be just. Protagonists are genuine, caring people who talk the talk and walk the walk, and nothing makes them happier than leading the charge, uniting and motivating their team with infectious enthusiasm. I like that. People with the protagonist personality type are passionate altruists, sometimes even to a fault, and they are unlikely to be afraid to take the slings and arrows while standing up for the people and ideas they believe in. It is no wonder that many famous protagonists are cultural or political icons. This personality type wants to lead the way to a brighter future, whether it's by leading a nation to prosperity or leading their little league softball team to a hard-fought victory. Is that the one? Are we on it? Protagonist strengths. I am tolerant, reliable, charismatic, altruistic, and a natural leader. My weaknesses: I am overly idealistic, too selfless, too sensitive. I have fluctuating self-esteem, which I disagreed with earlier, and I struggle to make tough decisions. Romantic relationships. If it says there are none, then it's true. I've been single for quite some time now. Friendships, parenthood. I don't have kids. I don't want kids. But a lot of the people that you named have kids. Career paths. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. I mean, I was eventually recognized in my job. I got promoted to full-time manager. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. Workplace habits. Protagonists, subordinates. As subordinates, protagonists will often underestimate themselves. Nevertheless, they make, protagonists, colleagues, managers! While perfectly capable as subordinates and colleagues, protagonists' true calling, where their capacity for insightful and inspiring communication and sensitivity to the needs of others really shows, is in managing teams. As managers, protagonists combine their skill in recognizing individual motivations with their natural charisma to not only push their teams and projects forward, but to make their teams want to push forward. They may sometimes stoop to manipulation, the alternative often being a more direct confrontation, but protagonists' end goal is always to get done what they set out to do in a way that leaves everyone involved satisfied with their roles and the results they achieve together. I like that. I mean, I don't like the manipulation aspect of it. The rest of it I like. Protagonist personality conclusion. Few personality types are as inspiring and charismatic as protagonists. Their idealism and vision allow protagonists to overcome many challenging obstacles, more often than not, brightening the lives of those around them. Protagonists' imagination is invaluable in many areas, including their own personal growth. Yet protagonists can be easily tripped up in areas where idealism and altruism are more of a liability than an asset. where it is finding or keeping a partner, staying calm under pressure, reaching dazzling heights on the career ladder, or making difficult decisions, protagonists need to put in a conscious effort to develop their weaker traits and additional skills. What you've read so far is just an introduction to the complex. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Cool. That's really cool, you guys. I'm sorry I keep saying it's so cool. Like, I definitely agree with this more than I agree with my my horoscope. Yeah, right. That's what the other one was, right? Where is the question? Are you more into your zodiac sign or your MBTI? I mean, well, obviously based on the past, I'm more into my zodiac sign, but I agree more with my MBTI than I do. I mean, well, let's see what Sagittarius stuff says. Sagittarius. What is it? 2 R's? I always spell it wrong. It's 2 T's. Dang it. What does Wikipedia say? Along with Aries and Leo, Sagittarius is a part of the fire trigon. The symbol of the zodiac sign is a centaur armed with arrows, following an old tradition coming from the ancient Greece. And okay, this is not what I'm looking for. It has nothing that I'm looking for. Zodiac sign dates compatibility traits. There we go. This is what I want. Strengths are generous, idealistic, great sense of humor. Weaknesses: promises more than can deliver, very impatient, will say anything no matter how undiplomatic. Sagittarius likes freedom, travel, philosophy, being outdoors. Sagittarius dislikes clingy people, being constrained, off-the-wall theories, and details. Oh, I love details. Are you kidding me? Curious and energetic, Sagittarius is one of the biggest travelers among all zodiac signs. Their open mind and philosophical view motivates them to wander around the world in search of the meaning of life. Sagittarius is extrovert, optimistic, and enthusiastic, and likes changes. Sagittarius born are able to transform their thoughts into concrete actions, and they will do anything to achieve their goals. That's not true. I will not do anything to achieve my goals. Like the other fire signs, Sagittarius needs to be constantly in touch with the world to experience as much as possible. The ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter, the largest planet of the zodiac. Their enthusiasm has no bounds, and therefore people born under the Sagittarius sign possess a great sense of humor and an intense curiosity. I will say I had a coworker the other day. She was like, I love seeing you at work because you always have this big smile on your face and you always seem so happy. And yeah, I like being at work. I'm a happy person. Freedom is their greatest treasure because only then they can freely travel and explore different cultures and philosophies. Because of their honesty, Sagittarius born are often impatient and tactless when they need to say or do something. So it's important to learn to express themselves in a tolerant and socially acceptable way. Wasn't the last episode, didn't I talk a lot about how I have a lot of patience? I don't know, you guys. I go with the MBTI more. Sorry. Is that your butt? Yes, it is. That's your butt. Okay. Oh yes, the pretty booty, the pretty booty. Okay, the fan has got to stop. Okay. That is the end of Crocheting Bricks Blanket Part 2. I got 4 hours and 56 minutes of footage. Yeah! And now there are 4 balls of yarn in this whole blanket. Okay. If I can... No, this way. This way. Oh, there! It's all I want. That's how long it is. So, that is half of it so far. It's going to get bigger because I have 2 more. And I think I'll use them. Because then my nephew will have a nice big blanket that he'll get to have forever. Right, pretty? Yeah? Mwah. You booty. I think the first two almost took me 5 hours, so it makes sense that these two would take me almost 5 hours. I work tomorrow, but then I have the next day off, so I'm planning on finishing it that day. And then once that one's done, I'll be able to continue working on my brother's, and I'll be able to work on my dad's. The rash isn't as bad today. You can't really see it. Yeah. It's either too bright or not bright enough, but it's, instead of being my whole arm, it's just there. And this one does have a rash this time. It's mostly here and a little bit here. So, you might be able to see that. Yeah, you can kind of see that one. But it's not too bad. I'm glad, you know, that's nice. What? Tessa, what are you staring at? What are you staring at? Hi, baby. Mwah. Okay, so, yeah. I need to do the narration on part 1 still. So, oops. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Can I get over here? Can I stop it now?